I think it's fair to say that almost all of us can say that we've had dreams of being a superhero at some point in our life. I mean, what kid doesn't want to have superpowers and go around saving the world? Well, PlayStation VR gives you this chance with Megaton Rainfall. And it was for this reason that Megaton Rainfall had so much hype behind it. But the question is, did the end product that was released on October 17th live up to the hype? Well, let's find out. So what's the premise of the game? Well, you are somewhat of an unknown entity whose father speaks to him throughout the game and instructs him that he must work to defeat the aliens that are invading the planet, save the humans, and collect his powers. As you play through the game's 9 levels, you gradually acquire new abilities, such as telekinesis, dashing, and the ability to generate a massive blast that is capable of leveling things on a very large scale. The game starts you off very simply and seems straightforward. Find the aliens' weak spots and shoot them with blasts that come out of your hands. However, this is misleading because as you get further into the game, you realize that it is very much about time management and prioritizing when to use what skills. You yourself do not have a life bar, but the city you have to protect does, and the more humans that are killed, the more the life bar goes down, to the point where you could lose the level. So, even though your character can't die, there is a sense of urgency. To make matters worse, as you get farther into the game, you do become more powerful, but so do your alien foes. It becomes a planetary game of chess, so to speak. There are moments where the gameplay becomes extremely frantic, and it is undeniably fun. The missions are short, some of them can be beaten in as little as 5 minutes, but the fact that the game was only $15 and includes leaderboards, with you being graded for every mission you complete, the game is well worth the price of admission. While playing, I found myself entering and exiting the atmosphere for no reason other than the feeling it gives you. You get to see the screen in front of you start to shake, and it really feels as though you are flying through the air and entering the atmosphere. They captured a good sense of speed throughout the game, but especially in these moments. The game should also be commended for its sense of scale. Not only can you fly around Earth as you're protecting it, but when you go out into outer space, there are faraway planets that you can fly to as well. So you really feel as though you're a super being with a universe at his fingertips. With all the flying that you're doing in the game, one would think that motion sickness could and will be an issue. Well, the game has plenty of comfort settings, but I played with the comfort settings turned off for quite a long time in one sitting and had no issues whatsoever. And of course, it would not be one of my reviews without mentioning accessibility. But since the entire game is played with the DualShock 4, and it can be played both in VR and out of VR, it's completely accessible. So kudos to the developer for that. The sound didn't blow me away, but it is also completely acceptable, and not a big factor in the game for me. The visuals were also quite pleasing. So all this sounds great, right? What are the drawbacks? Well, in terms of story, there isn't too much of one. Being told that you're the offspring who is required to save everyone leaves a lot to be desired, and there's not much else to it. The gameplay is extremely fun, but one could say it does boil down to aim and shoot, which for some people can get old over time. I think the game could benefit from some additional modes, maybe a timed racing mode where you have to race to checkpoints or something, because this game masters flying in the same way that Eagle Flight did. so they might as well take advantage of that outside of just free exploration. All in all, if you want a pick-up-and-play superhero simulator that offers replayability and a fair amount of challenge that is easy to learn but hard to master, Megaton Rainfall is the game for you. And given its price and accessibility, I think everyone should check this game out. There you have my thoughts on Megaton Rainfall for the PlayStation VR. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and share. And this has been the Handicapable Gamer, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.